Hello internet friends, what is up? How is it going? How are you? I hope you're doing well wherever in the world that you are. It has been another year around the sun and it is my favorite time of year. Well, it's not because it's so cold out, but this is the time of year when you get to be your most optimistic self, when you actually get to believe in yourself and your abilities to accomplish anything you set your mind to, because you haven't proven yourself wrong yet. For the past few years, I have been setting like New Year's resolutions, and I have been doing kind of quarterly goals, and I have found them surprisingly helpful. Even if I don't achieve those goals fully, I do get closer than I ever would have if I had like not set that goal at all. And so it's 2026 and we have to continue the tradition. Additionally, I have also been for the past few years doing some sort of New Year's book tag, and I did want to continue that tradition because I think it is a really fun start to the year. It's also really grounding for me to know what my goals are, and yeah, and I just want to talk about that with you. You might have noticed I didn't title this the New Year's book tag or whatever it's normally titled because I'm not doing the New Year's book tag this year. If you watched my last year's video, it was very clear that reading was not my highest priority. I wanted to prioritize writing last year, and I'm really happy to say that I did that, and I'm continuing to double down on that this year. So, you know, like when I was really thinking about it, the New Year's book tag, the questions just weren't applicable to me. So I kind of want to talk to you about my writing goals for this year. I could just like tell you what they are, but Unscripted J functions best when she has structure, and so I actually found a Authortube New Year's tag. It doesn't seem like a lot of people do it, but I need to do it. Again, an Unscripted J loves structure. I have the interview questions ready to go, and I'm excited to tell you what my optimistic goals are for this year. Hold on, let me find it. Also, if it seems like the phone is really close to my face, it's because I'm not wearing my glasses. Even this close to my face, the words are still a little blurry. So this is the Authortube New Year tag. So question 1, what are your word, page, or project count goals for 2026? Okay, so I don't necessarily have like a word count goal. I just want the project to be done. Oh, well, it does say project count goals. I currently have let's call it a 0 draft of my, let's call it a novella, Project A, I Love You. And I am now working on fleshing it out into draft 1. So basically no more brackets that says insert later, no more I hate this scene, rewrite later. Just like a straight up start to finish manuscript that could theoretically be a finished product. Doesn't have to be a good finished product, but I do have to send it to my next batch of beta readers, and they do have to think it's a finished product. Question 2, what is one writing mistake you made this year that you won't make in 2026? I think the mistake I made in 2025 is the mistake I've been making my whole life, which is just being too afraid to push through and actually finish the draft, even if it's not good. I technically am on draft 6 right now, and that's because drafts 0 through 5 are literally half abandoned versions of this story. Like I never made it to the very end of any of the drafts before thinking, I just need to start over. I can't look at this draft anymore. It makes no sense. I just need a clean slate. No more clean slates. You have to push through to the end. You have to see it in its imperfect glory in order to make it better. And that is a mistake I'm not going to make in 2026. I'm going to be a completionist in 2026. That's my declaration. We'll see how well that goes though. I've never tried completing things before. Question 3, what genre or genres do you plan to write in, and do you plan to explore any new genres? The story I'm writing is, I don't know what you would call it. It's not a romance, even though it is about a woman falling in love. Would you call it literary fiction? Because I guess sci-fi? Well, my story is about a couple who fall in love individually with their sex robot and out of love with each other. So I don't know what genre that falls into, but that's the genre. Question 4, how do you plan to push your creative boundaries this year? I guess by finishing something for once in my life. That would be a pretty great push of my boundaries for sure. I mean, I think also just like I had struggled to write prose for a while, and I would say that my prose is very like description light. I don't really know what my main characters look like. I don't really know what the setting looks like, and that's something I'm gonna hopefully put into this draft for 2026. Question 5, do you have any editing goals for the new year? I guess revising the story is an editing goal because I am building upon what is already written. But like my goal is kind of to edit, I guess, as little as possible before I get feedback from beta readers. Like I think my goal is to like, again, push through and finish a draft and then discover what other people think is not working. Because if it stays in my hands for too long, I'm going to spin in circles. Question 6. Do you have any publishing goals for the new year? No. That was quick. Question 7. What do you want to accomplish with your Authortube in 2026? I guess start it? I think it's crazy that I'm like saying the words Authortube on this channel because I feel like I just don't know if I've earned it yet. You know what I mean? I would be honored to earn the title of Authortuber. If you say I'm an Authortuber, then I will call it Authortube. I assume that Authortube is going to be as friendly and welcoming of a community as BookTube, but I do want to be told I can come in. Like I want to be invited. I want someone to say like, Jay, come on in, take your shoes off, hang out with us. What are your writing goals this year? You know what I mean? I'm not gonna invite myself to the party, you know, because that's rude. Question 8. What type of Authortube video would you like to see disappear forever in the new year? Disappear? I feel like that's a loaded question. I don't want any type of video to disappear. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know. Is there like a type of video that Authortubers don't like? I don't have an answer for that. I think that we should all make whatever we want to make. Whatever makes us happy. But I will say, the videos that make me the most jealous are the ones that are like 10K words in a single day, or like I wrote 1 million words this month or something like that. But I don't want to see those disappear. I just don't watch them because they make me feel bad. Question 9. If you could hand over all of your online content production to one of your characters, which would it be and why? Okay, so my first instinct is to say Evie, who is the AI in my story, because she's very capable, hardworking, and eager to please. The thing is, Evie is a sex robot. And so, while she can do other things like make coffee and like help you plan like a trip to Japan or something, that wasn't the reason why she was built. So like maybe in practice, she wouldn't be a great like content production manager. And finally, fill in the blank. 2026 will be the year of, and I'm gonna say beta readers, or just readers in general. This is the year that people are gonna see my story, they're gonna give me feedback on it. I've already sent out like the 0 draft to 3 people so far, and their feedback is really helpful for me in shaping this next iteration of the draft. I think that if the story stays only in my head for too long, I'm gonna lose sight of what is actually working and what's not working the story. So that's like kind of like the anchoring goal of this year, to create a draft that is in good enough condition that it can go out to other people, because other people's feedback are what's gonna make it better. And that's it! That was the video. How did you like it? I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope if you have a work in progress also, that all of your goals come to fruition in this year. We can do it. We got this. I have faith in us both. But yeah. Let me know what your goals in general are for 2026. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.